All right, let's go. Day number 17 of this vlog series, and today I want to talk about Meta ads and how they are basically your 24/7 employees, meaning that they work 24/7, even if you sleep, even if you go to the bathroom, even if you eat, even if you do whatever you want. So, there are multiple things we could talk about, but let's start with the fact that you can't always work for money, right? And even if you do for a while, because Meta ads can help you make money, but also multiply your money. So let's start with the making money part, right? Because there are always beginners, either when it comes to running Meta ads or growing a business with Meta ads. And there are two different paths to go. So you could possibly scale your brand, not your personal brand, but your brand. Let's say you sell t-shirts and your brand is called whatever, so you sell your whatever t-shirts, and you need eyeballs, you need traffic, right? And in most cases, how will you get that traffic? You might be able to get in contact with some of your friends, word of mouth, but still that's limited, right? You won't get more than some, maybe hundreds maximum, and there is another way to go, the organic route, but let's be honest, you'll have to be like, I don't know, a dancing monkey, like, if that's your personality, where you can create content about products or promote it, or about services, right? Because it depends. But for example, if you sell shirts, unlikely for you to be that charismatic that you can sell a shirt that must have a unique selling proposition, right? Like, what's the unique selling proposition for a shirt? Not too many, right? So you also need to sell something that's unique in most cases. And what is more unique than yourself, right? So that's why personal brand is such a big thing. And that's why I was saying that you can invest in paid ads for a brand. So that's one way to make money. If you know the skill, you can just grow your own brand or help other brands. Let's focus our face again here. All right. So you can help other brands make more money by promoting their product with Facebook ads, or you can promote your own brand if you have one. But then it's not just about products, right? It's also about services. So this is, let's say, between personal brand and product. So services basically means that if you offer roofing, if you offer, let's say, anything that's in the medical space, like a service, right? For eyes, like a consultation, or whenever you have to use your expertise to help someone, right? So that's another way with services. It's just like with the product, more or less. The main difference is that with services, you usually have to book an appointment, a call, meeting, that's how it works. While for physical products, you just buy them and they get to your house. So now let's talk about how it can be like an employee for you if you have, let's say, a personal brand where you sell, I don't know, maybe coaching or something like that. So in that case, think of it like this. What does everyone need? Same with the products and services. Everyone needs traffic, visitors, leads. You can use different wording here, but at the end of the day, it's similar. Like, all businesses work more or less the same. People who visit your site, your page, your booking link, and then people who actually pay, if we are trying to simplify. And in order to sell, right, in most cases you need to have a call or to have a website, right? So that does some of the work. But then when it comes to traffic, I mean, this is where you either get very few or unlimited, right? So this is where you get these proportional results. It's like, why is Bezos being paid, let's say, or he earns, let me think, probably, so for every second that passes by, you know, he gets probably $1,000, you know. I mean, probably not that much. I'll have to do the math, but it's like probably $1,000 per minute minimum, right? So for every minute of the day, if he works or not. And that's because he has a company, and that company promotes itself all the time, 24/7, and sells things all the time, 24/7. So let's come back to meta ads, because meta ads are basically images, videos on a feed. You probably use already Facebook, Instagram. Let's see how WhatsApp will look like if they ever introduce ads, or they just will use it in other ways. Because we've seen that with Telegram, they've started to get more. Let's say they are doing multiple things right now. So they are also trying to introduce payments. From what I know, I haven't used it, because why would you send a payment on Telegram? I mean, unless it's something like crypto or OnlyFans, probably you will use the normal services. But beyond that, there's a lot of opportunity with WhatsApp, just because you have such a huge user base. So many people are using it and know about it. I mean, they could make a lot of money just by asking for $1 if they wanted to, but they probably won't, because they have other ways to monetize. However, the thing with meta ads is that they can, and they do, work 24/7. So whatever you're doing, and this is where you actually need capital. So this is not necessarily for everyone. So first, you actually need to work. There are levels to this game, right? For example, even I don't use paid ads for myself in order to get clients, you know, for which I can run ads. And that's because right now, you also need a strategy, you know, and you also need like a plan. For example, if I have more calls, if I have more clients, can I handle them? Because you also don't want to just work for the sake of it. It's also about what you enjoy, and making sure that you know what's your limit, right? I mean, you don't want to work 24/7. And that's why you need systems, processes, and making sure that, for example, how much would you spend on meta ads? Like, you can spend a lot more. It's just like with a company. You can hire 2 people, 5 people, 100 people, right? It's the same with meta ads. Do you want to spend $50 a day, $100 a day, 1,000 a day, 50,000 a day? So there are also levels, and this is where you can scale. And in terms of how this is practical for you, so it depends what you're doing. But for example, right now, even companies that are looking for new hires are using meta ads, just because they want to get in front of new people. And I think it's actually best to also have a brand or a personal brand, and then run paid ads. Why? That's because you already have some content out there, right? Because people want to work with people, and in most cases, people that they like. So you need to have your face out there, unless you just don't like making money. And then you also will need, most likely, some paid ads if you want to scale, because basically it's just accelerating it's accelerating the attention that you get. And we know it's all about attention. For example, most of us just need like one job, or like 2 or 3 clients, right, in our life, and we have a good life financially, right? So how hard is it to get 2 or 3 people in this world to trust you? I mean, it's not that hard, but you need to get their attention at least at one point, right? And timing is a thing. Like, you do get lucky at different times. Let's say I've also gotten lucky at times with the opportunities that I've had, but at the same time I was there. So it's not like I was fucking around watching Netflix or anything, right? So you also need to be in the game if you want to win the game, right? And life is a game, and I think that's actually empowering, looking at it as a game. And after all, you're not trying to compete with anyone else besides yourself. Yeah, we're looking at other people and so on, because I think it's good to actually have things to compare to. Otherwise, you just don't know what's possible. But still, you don't really need to go too deep and start looking at what other people have and then wonder if you should have the same thing, or why are you not at that level, right? So we should never really do that, at least not for more than a few seconds. And coming back to paid ads, so that's the cheat code to accelerate what you're doing, because paid ads are working 24/7. So ideally, we never work 24/7. If we do, I mean, we've probably done something wrong in our life, because that's not sustainable, that's not healthy. And the most important thing is to actually get some capital, because otherwise we will never really scale. So if we ever want to scale what we're doing, we do need some capital, and we need paid ads. And actually, I will most likely post something about this probably in January. I'm actually planning to have a series called spending $100 a day on paid ads to get B2B clients or something like that, you know. So this is actually helpful both for brands and for other agency owners, because they can both see how things are looking in the back end. But that's everything for today. We're close to 12 minutes, so let's end it here and see each other tomorrow.